Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Della, also known as Natural Ghana Girl, and today I'm starting a new series where I'm going to be highlighting businesses in Ghana that are doing great things. So today I have my first special guest. I have with me Tega, who's full of color. Can I say that?
Sister. Yo.
You're full of color. I love your personality.
Thank you.
Your personality shines through on your Instagram page.
Thank you.
Everything that I love it. That's why I really wanted to interview you, because
Thank you.
you're going to be an easy interview, I know.
Will I?
You will. I hope so.
Yes.
You won't make it hard for me, will you?
No.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I said off camera, right, that I find it hard to interview some people because, you ask them questions, they give you yes, no, and then there's no further expanding explanation. So don't do that to me. Okay, so Tega, first of all, tell me about your business. What do you do here?
My name is Tega. Hi guys. I'm a media girl, so I do everything that has to do with media. I do photography, cinematography, editing, film and television producing, and I'm also a social media brand consultant. So
wow.
I do consulting for social media for everything from small businesses to corporate.
Wow, okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. So, how did you get started in it? First of all, are you Ghanaian?
I'm Nigerian.
A what?
A Nigerian.
Nigerian.
My word.
Okay.
Oxford Dictionary. Put it in.
So tell me, what's a Nigerian?
A Nigerian is a Ghanaian and Nigerian.
Ah.
Make it one word. Nigerian.
So you're a blend of the two?
Yes, I am. A blend of both. My dad was Nigerian. He's passed now, and my mom is Ghanaian.
Right, I see. Okay. So have you lived in both places, both countries?
I was born and brought up in Nigeria. So my early years was Nigeria. And then I did my undergrad in Ghana, and then did my master's, and I'm back in Ghana, living in Ghana now.
Okay, so what was Nigeria like compared to Ghana?
Noisier.
Noisier. Is that the only difference?
Well,
tell me what Nigerians are like. I've never been to Nigeria. In actual fact, it's one of the places I would actually love to kind of see, because I feel like it's so close, and I'm sure there are going to be similarities, but there are also going to be differences.
There's a lot of similarities between, when it comes to like culture, food. We eat basically the same thing, but just call it different names. But Nigeria obviously have more range of food than Ghana does.
Oh, okay.
But because it's a big country, there's also a lot of like differences with like also in culture. There are some differences in culture. There are differences with how people are, just generally. Ghanaians are more laid back, chill type vibe people. I always use the example, a Ghana man is like, let's wait. They'll bring the bone to the patient dog. I calm down. Yeah, from Miami, they're bringing the bone, relax. While a Nigerian is like, I'm going to get the bone.
Right.
I'm not waiting. So
I have to say, I've seen that myself from the Nigerian people that I've had interactions with. I see that as well. I see that they're very much go-getters. Like, they're not waiting for anybody. Like, they're going, whether you're coming with them on, they're going to do their thing. Whereas Ghanaians, in my experience, are very much more relaxed about things. So, so why did you school in Nigeria and not in Ghana?
Let me tell you a funny story. So I cut my hair when I was trying to get into high school, because I'm like, I have a lot of hair. My dad loves hair. So, and then he was a captain, so he would go to work for like 3 months and then come home for 2 weeks and stuff. So when he went, I'm like, if I cut my hair, he will let me come to high school in Ghana, right? Because he wouldn't let his girls leave with 2 girls, and he's like, no, you're staying in the house. So I'm like, yeah, let me cut my hair, and then that would work, right?
Right.
No,
right.
Didn't work. So I did my high school in Nigeria, and I tricked him so I could do my undergrad in Ghana. So what I did was I put in, the state I lived in Delta State. So he said, put Delta State University and put the next state university, so it's close by. So that's what he wanted me to apply to. I was like, yeah, sure, that's what I'm doing. So I applied to schools in the north where Boko Haram is heavy.
Oh, you did that on purpose.
So I got in and I said, Daddy, do you want me to go to Boko Haram or do you want me to go to Ghana?
Which one? Choose wisely.
So that's how I came here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So after you came back from studying, did you start your company straight away?
No, I didn't, because I always knew I wanted to do media. The idea, and I'm segueing a little bit, I think that's the thing with like purpose or like living out what you want to be. It's not clear in the beginning. You just have like a rough, like you just say, oh, maybe this is what I want to do. I was always so fascinated with like talk shows. And growing up, I used to watch like Oprah, and then the one in Nigeria, she's called Mo. And I used to be so fascinated. I said, why people just sit down and just talk? And it's so cool. So I used to love that. I used to watch it. I used to stand in front of the mirror. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the TegaBaah Show. Today, I'm going to be talking about So I used to always wanted to have my own talk show.
Okay, so that's in front of the camera, though. But you ended up behind the camera.
Yes, because I always had like a camera. Taking pictures of everybody and anything I could find.
Yeah.
And so when I came back to Ghana, and when I moved back, I was like, okay, let me start trying to get into like TV and stuff like that. So I've done like some small TV things. People would send me pictures. Is that you on TV? I'm like, that is not me.
Yeah.
It's my twin sister. Absolutely not me.
What have you done?
So a little here and there. That's not irrelevant.
She's withholding information from me.
So I started off in the Ghana movie industry.
Okay.
I started off doing, there's a whole conversation in that industry, but I started off doing makeup and hair because I also loved to do makeup and hair. So I was trying to get in front of the camera and act, but then Ghana were not ready for the Me Too conversation. So I was like, if I want to sleep with you, I'll sleep with you because I was
actually going to touch on that as you were saying it, because I've heard people say things like, you know, if you want to get into being on TV, there are certain things that you have to do and you have to kind of override what you would normally do. So you faced that yourself, right?
I faced that a lot in the beginning, but I said, what would make these people not want to like sleep with me? So I was like, if I offer a service, it will be a service they need.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be you're trying to help me out. No, I am trying to help you out.
Right. Okay.
So that's when I
you
started
wanted to have
doing
the power on your end.
Yes.
Right.
So that's when I started doing makeup and styling. Because when I started up, I used to love makeup. Not anymore. It's old. So I used to have like a bunch of makeup, and I had like a lot of clothes. So I was like, let me just say I'm a makeup artist because I know how to do makeup, and let me also just say I'm a costumier because I have all these clothes. I mean. So that's what I started doing. So I would bring my personal clothes, and I would take my personal makeup, and I would do like makeup and styling on sets.
Really?
And
so no one asked you for like, let me see your credentials. You were just able to.
No, this is Ghana. Pretend what Charles.
Pretend what Charles.
So I started off like that. So I started doing like makeup and styling for different sets, and I would move. So I was doing that a lot. And then my best friend in Nigeria, she's also a producer in Nigeria as well. So she called me one time. She's like, hey, there's a gig. I need an extra producer. Do you want to come do it in Nigeria? I was like, yeah, sure. So I went to Nigeria, and I did my first producing job there. And I was like, oh, I like telling people what to do. That is it. So I came back, and I was doing producer. So I graduated. Well, I moved up from doing makeup and styling. Let me not say graduate. Scratch that before makeup artists would come for my neck. Well, I just changed, and I started doing like producing. And while on the side, I used to still take pictures and do all that stuff. And so one time my cameraman didn't show up, and I just said, I'm just going to do it myself. And that's how I kind of got into DPing. And so I would like do camera and also be the producer.
Wow.
And I went back to Nigeria. I started working with a UN ambassador in Nigeria. So I was doing full-time media for her.
How did you get there? I'm sorry, you're just skipping things like, you didn't just wake up and go and work for an ambassador. How did that happen? How did you get that?
You want this long story?
No, but it's very interesting. Like, you know, everybody has a different journey in life, right? Some people are able to jump up 3 steps. Some people have to go 1 step, fall 1 step, go another step. You have jumped. So I want to understand how you went from here to here. How did that happen?
Okay, so I was doing producing work here, and my dad died. So I went back to Nigeria, and for the period, it was my dad was murdered actually. When I say died, it feels like he was ill or something. He was actually killed. So it was very traumatic and tragic. It's okay. So it's very traumatic and tragic, and I was like just beside myself. I was really traumatized and stuff. So during that period, I was staying with my pastor, because his wife was nurturing me at the time, and helping me like recover and stuff. And there was this man who is also passed now. His name is Ubon King. If you're Nigerian, you probably know who he is. He's a big-time motivational speaker in Nigeria, and then his wife is a UN ambassador. So he came to speak in church, and I was like, who is this great man? I must know you, sir. You must like me.
You forced him to like you.
You will like me. You will like me.
Yes.
So that's how I met him. And then when I moved back to Ghana, he came to do one of his speaking things here. And then I was like, oh, so I sent him a DM. I'm like, hi. You must remember me. I am ABCYZ. I was a camera lady. I was like, yeah, I remember you. Hey, I'm coming to Ghana. You're in Ghana. Whatever. I said, come by. So he was coming to do something with the late president, Rawlings. So I went by and I helped him. I was like, hi. So his wife was like, oh, you're a camera woman. That's very rare. I haven't seen a lady
it is, yeah,
being a camera lady. I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. So she was here, and then I went back to Lagos for something, and I texted her. I was like, hi, auntie, I'm here just in case you need help with anything. She's like, oh, yes, great. I have a UN gig, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. So that's how I started working with her.
Wow.
And so that was that story. You made me tell that story. I was saying something.
I know. Now, like, I interrupted you saying, but I just couldn't let that point go. Okay.
So I was doing full-time media for her and all her UN stuff. She had the NGO as well, or she has an NGO as well. And so I was doing like media coverage for the NGO, for TV, all this other type of stuff. And then, so I stopped doing TV gigs in Ghana or TV gigs in Nigeria. I was just working full-time with her because I did actually like it. So all that stopped. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. And I did that for about 1.5 years, just working with her. And then I ended up even living with them.
Really?
Because I didn't plan to live in Nigeria. The plan was always to move back to Ghana and live here in Ghana.
Right.
So I was like, so I just ended up just living with them and then working with her. And then what happened next? Also, one day we were watching TV, and then this lady came up on TV. And she's like, oh, I want to meet her one day, Michelle Hammond. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can make that happen. I was like, wait, what? How am I going to make that happen? That's what I said in my head. I was like, what the hell did you just say? Do you know her? She's like, really? You can make it happen? I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, I know people.
Okay.
So she's like, really? I was like, yes. But then in my mind, I was like, oh, it's just banter. That's the end of the conversation.
So
and then 2 days later,
promised something that you didn't know if you'd be able to deliver.
Yeah. And 2 days later, she's like, oh, Tega, I booked our flight. We're going to Ghana. I want to meet me. I was like, oh, shit.
Do you guys see why I wanted to interview her? She's like, you're hilarious. Okay.
For real?
Okay.
We're really going to Ghana? She's like, yes, I want to meet her. I was like, what the hell? So I came to Ghana and I started calling up people who the lady, she's in the industry. So she acts. So I knew that if I called somebody who knew somebody, I can get her number. So I got her number, and then I called 50 million times. She didn't pick. I was like, hey! So I sent a nice text message and I said, hi, introduced myself and said, this lady wanted to meet you. So she texted me back immediately. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was in a meeting. Yeah, I'd like to meet her. Where you guys staying? I told her where we're staying. And then she came. And then she came there and she said they had the meeting. She wanted to do stuff with her because she's an actress here.
Oh, okay.
But she's also, she's Ghanaian American, so she moved back to Ghana 10 years ago. And so before she moved back to Ghana, she was a best-selling author in America, Emmy Award television co-host. So she was in Hollywood, but she did a lot of stuff with like girls and women and stuff. So my boss at the time wanted to collaborate with her. So that's why she wanted to meet her. And then they had a meeting, they met, whatever. I was in pool swimming. And when she was leaving, I came out. I was like, oh, yeah, bye. Thank you for coming. Da, da, da. And then she said, what do you do? And I said, oh, I gave her my little CV. I'm her media girl. She's like, oh, wow, really? I said, yes. And she said, oh, you should come by my house. I want to film something, so maybe you can come help me. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure, I can come help you. And I came by the house, and that's the house you're sitting in today.
Oh.
And so I didn't go back to Lagos with my boss. I ended up here, and I ended up talking for long. I told her my history, and she's like, "Oh wow, that's interesting." And this was about 7 years ago.
Wow.
And I ended up started working for her as well, doing her media stuff and traveling with her, and doing all of that things with her. And in the beginning, I would shuttle between her and the other lady in Lagos, travel back and forth like that. And then I still do that sometimes when she needs me really bad in Lagos. There was a day I flew to Lagos in the morning and I came back in the evening.
Okay. So hold on. I need you to do something a minute. I just need to touch my arm here. Just touch. See that blessing you just had? I'm tapping into it, yeah, because you seem to meet people and just keep climbing, right? That's really good. I think sometimes you underestimate yourself. No, you seriously do. You have done some really great things. I know you're just kind of brushing along stuff. I'm sure there's stuff that you probably haven't even gone into.
Yeah.
But you have done some amazing stuff. Like, people have tried to get the contacts that you have and have not been able to. But you seem to be doing it almost by accident.
Do you know?
How?
It's by accident.
Yeah. No, but that's
it's really
good.
by. But yeah, that's why I said in the beginning that when you have a general plan, an idea. So have that idea, have this conviction and say, I want to start selling rice. That's the goal.
Right.
But you never know what type of rice you're going to end up selling.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's just waking up every day and putting one foot, and just be dogged. That's the word. Just be a hustler.
Yeah.
In a great way.
Yeah. No,
absolutely. Be very dogged. So I ended up working with her. She ended up adopting me as an adult.
I wouldn't mind being adopted as an adult.
I know. So we're working with her, traveling, being exposed to different people and different things. So I started buying equipment and setting up slowly. And that's how I officially, that's the general story. That's the big umbrella story.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so your business was birthed. The name of the business again?
TegaBaahMedia, my name basically.
TegaBaah.
Yeah, so my surname is Ba. Ghanaians say Ba, so TegaBaah. TegaBaahMedia, please.
Okay, wow. So tell me about some of the things you've been able to do.
Okay.
Since you set up your business. Here.
Okay. I think the direction that I'm in now most of the time is being people's personal media people. So that's one. I don't know if you guys know Roland Martin. When he's a CNN, he was a former CNN anchor, whatever. When he came to Ghana in 2019 for the year of return, we had the privilege of being his production company and doing. So we filmed a 10-day series of that. That's one of my most proudest work. And like I said, I've done a lot of. Also, right now I'm one of the DPs on DSTV Aquaba Magic, one of the production houses there. I'm also one of the DOPs for some of the reality TVs that are on there as well. Wow. I also work with the former electoral chair commissioner, Charlotte Say. I'm also like her personal media girl. And personal media girl for, there's also a doctor in University of Ghana. And also, so just like personal, like do like those private.
Yeah. It's
work.
really amazing. I'm even like, as I'm sitting listening to you, I'm soaking up all the information that you're giving me, that I'm even like, I don't even know what to even say next. Like, no, it's so great. It's so great to see someone so ambitious and just kind of like taking the bull by the horns and running with it and just not being intimidated and not kind of like succumbing to things that, you know, if you want to do this, you know, as we were talking about before, if you want to do this, then you have to do this with me type thing.
Yeah.
You're just headstrong in what you're doing, and you're doing it. And so that, for me, is just like, that's really, really, really good. So you're a very good example to people. I think you should talk about your story a lot more.
One day.
So you shoot people as well, right?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
So I also do I also do portrait photography as well. That's my specialty. I like to shoot human subjects.
That's how I kind of saw your Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I like the way you shoot. I see you on the floor. I see you doing some poses somewhere.
Anything for the angle, baby. Lie on the floor.
And like, it looks crazy. But I was like, okay, this girl seems interesting. So I've been watching you, not stalking you, just watching you for a little while to see what you're doing. So I like the way you shoot.
Yeah.
You have a really nice feel about the way you shoot. So I like that. So tell me about some of the people that you've shot.
People that have shot. Hold on. Let me pull that up, because if I don't pull it up, we will not be able to remember. I've shot the late former president, J.J. Rawlings. I have shot, there's a Hollywood, she's a hairstylist in Hollywood. Her name is Dawn Joy. I've shot her. I have shot Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom. I have shot, I've shot
This needs to be a documentary, man. My goodness. And the fact that you're like, let me think about who I've shot. And look at that, how can you forget these names?
No. You know, you have to write it before you forget. For CV purposes. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So I shot her when she came to Ghana with her. My mom knows them. So when they came to Ghana, we did like a little like shoot type thing for them. Some of the people that I shoot are business grown. These are grown women in different corporate high functioning jobs. So they are not the models that are like,
yeah.
So it's always like, oh, auntie, can you pose this? So those are the people that I shoot. So have I ever done a model? I've never taken a professional model per se.
Well, so are you taking on new clients at all for your business?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I'm taking on specifics. If it works well with my my agenda, my goal, then I'll do it. I don't. Okay, so when I started off, I was kind of like sad because I wasn't everywhere. And I wasn't like, oh, why am I not doing this? And then like getting into the business and listening to other photographers talk and stuff like that, I was like, oh, I don't want that. That is not what I want, because we live in Ghana, number one, where people think, in fact, my extended family still thinks I'm a joke. You know?
Family it's always like that with family. So other people take it more seriously.
Literally, my granduncle called me and said, how about you just, maybe get another degree and then do like a professional corporate work. And I was like, yeah, that's a great idea, uncle. I'm going to definitely do that. So I say that to say, in Ghana, my type of work is not respected. Both by people who want to work with you and other people, they want to pay you in exposure and collaboration. So when I started off and I was very sad that I wasn't everywhere and why am I not on this red carpet? I mean, I know them, why am I not there? Stuff like that. Just knowing that, let me tell you, I'm putting all of them on blast. They are not paying them, my dear brothers and sisters. They are paying them in exposure. So I was like, that is not what I want for myself. So I had to think about my brand and think about how I wanted to be placed. So I was like, do I want everybody to know me, or do I actually want to make money? And I want to make money because I'm a single girl in this Accra that is expensive.
That is a very important point, what you're saying. I think you do in every business, you get to a point where you have to decide whether you want to make the money or you want to be seen. And I think you have to make that choice. So you've clearly made that choice that you want to make the money. You don't care about
I don't care about. And then it's with the decision that I made in the beginning, it was quite difficult because obviously I started getting the, hey, please come and help me, be one of the photographers on this red carpet and stuff like that. And I would say, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. And then in the beginning, it wasn't, all great and stuff like that. But then with that type, it will be. So what I'm trying to say is that I started getting recommended by word of mouth.
Right.
So if, for example, I did a photo shoot for this family, and then they would tell their friend, oh, Tega is a great photographer, I would recommend her to you. And then they would call me and say, hey, this lady gave me a number. And then I've been very privileged to work with like older women, so they see me more as a daughter type figure.
Right.
So I'm even handled more carefully that way. With working with them and their families, or maybe one of them have a newborn baby, or they want to do like a maternity shoot and stuff like that. So I actually like the trajectory that way. And so when I started off like that, I started doing branding myself in that space and working, and that's how I've been able to progress and grow in that manner.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So tell me, so somebody else that wanted to get into this field the same as you, what advice would you give them?
Just wake up every day. You don't know where the journey is going to take you. You don't know what you're going to end up doing. The media space is very broad. There's so many different types of media. The first thing I would say is just wake up every day and move. I would lie. My life in general, my life to be specific, or my career, I would lie if I tell you that I had this ABCD formula. I just knew that at the end of the day was going to be with equipment or TV, either in front or behind. Like I started in the beginning, I wanted to be in front. But I just woke up every day, and my life just kept unfolding day by day. And once it does that, you have to brush it, and you have to refine it, and you have to say, oh, okay, so this is the direction that life is taking me. How do I make this better? What do I do to improve it? So that's what I would say to you. Don't be lazy. I don't like lazy people.
Okay, for
Don't be lazy. Nobody's good. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody's going to give you anything if you don't get up
and do it.
Especially here, if you don't get up and do it, nobody's going to give you anything. And then under promise and over deliver. I think that's really what has really, I under promise a lot. I always act the fool, quote unquote.
I get you. Yeah.
So under promise and over deliver, that's a good shock value for your clients and for people. So don't talk big game when you know you can't do anything.
I'm a photographer, then you come with your phone.
So very under promise a lot and over deliver. And then the last thing I want to character. You can be the most talented person on the surface of the earth, but if your character is trash.
Thank you.
Character, I always say, if your character is trash and you have talent, you may go far, but you will stop at some point. So I think that character, it's a very, 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 very important thing. Because your talent will only take you as far.
Totally.
So you have great character when you are dependable. That's the first thing. When you are dependable, when somebody can call you up this minute and you can show up.
Right.
And when you have integrity, that's great as well. And when you are also not a people pleaser, in the sense of when you don't say how you feel. So for example, my adopted mom now, one of the things she would always say to me is that I trust your judgment, because of the space that she's in and the people that she's met in her life, people would tend to want to tell her what she wants to hear. But immediately we met, I'm like, that's ugly. That's an ugly wig, mommy. Well, not in that sense. But like in a nice way. There are ways, it's how you say things that matter.
Right.
But then I wouldn't let her leave the house looking like a busted person, or like if something is going wrong or something, I wouldn't say, oh. Or any of these clients that I work with that we have a relationship, it's always when you are genuine, when you're honest with yourself. So you are the same person to everybody.
Thank you.
So it's not like
so important.
Yeah.
So no, it's so important.
It's also like the Tega that they last met.
Yes.
Is different from the one another person that's met.
No. You have to be the same.
Yeah.
I fully agree with that. Right.
Be beautifully consistent.
That's
not nasty.
I like that. Be beautifully consistent.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it.
So
thank you.
That's what I would say. And then for the women, if you want to do this, just know a little harassment here and there, but you'll be fine. Just here and there. Just sprinkle, especially if you're in Africa. Just, but you'll be all right. Just say,
You've got so much personality. I love it. Keep hold of it. Keep hold. Don't never get boring. Keep it.
Yeah. Some days it's good to be quiet. Well, the same way I am very like this. I also I am also very. My sister says I'm an ambivert. I was like, what does that mean? These Gen Zs, they're always coming up with new things.
She said what?
Ambivert.
Ambivert.
I was like,
ambivert.
I was like, what is an ambivert?
Yeah,
These Gen Z children, they will sell us in this world. Before we know, Gen Zs have sold us. I'm like, what is ambivert? Yeah. She said, as much as you're an introvert, as much as you're an extrovert, you're also very introverted. I was like, oh, well, that's true. I need time to recharge.
Ambivert. Yeah, I'm probably
So she was like, oh, that's ambivert. I was like, oh, okay, kids.
New words.
I know, I learned it too.
Thank you for teaching me today.
I didn't know it. Yeah. You're welcome. The way I didn't know. You're welcome.
Oh, I love it. But Tega, thank you so much for talking to me on camera today. I've learned so much. Like, I feel so charged after speaking to you. Like, I'm ready to go, man. I've got more things, bigger things to do.
Yes, you will. Yes, you do. Especially you have the opportunity. Ghana is a beautiful starting point to do a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're very excited for new ideas. Yeah. But they won't do it all, but they're just excited. So you have to do it.
I see.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put your details into the description box. I'm going to put your Instagram and stuff so that people that want to check you out can do so.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to
also, let me just say this right here.
Okay.
Come into my email. Where's my camera? This one. You will come into my email on my Instagram account. You come and say your first word is, hey, can I afford you? Why are you here?
Wow.
Did you ask me my price that I tell you that he's expensive? There is. So if she put my details there, don't come and tell me, hey, can I afford you? Ask me this. If you can't afford it, we can maybe work on something. Thank you very much. Have a good bye.
Wow, have a good bye. Okay, see? Full of color, as I said at the beginning of the video, right? But Tega, thank you so, so much. I've really enjoyed speaking to you today a lot.
Thank you.
But guys, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget also like, comment and share this video. Until next time, I am out.